Was last seen in Panama City Beach, Florida on Sunday, January the 27th, 2008 at the La Quinta Inn. She was wearing a white sweater, black pants with white pinstripes, a ring with an aquamarine stone, and a wedding band when she entered her room. It appeared her bed had not been slept in, and all her personal belongings were in her room, including her purse and cell phone. Her car was still parked outside, and she resides in Hueytown, Alabama, and has not returned or been heard from. She was on a business trip to the Florida Panhandle and had talked to her husband on the phone at 5:30 p.m. after she arrived at the hotel and got checked in. She then went to dinner with a female colleague, Brenda Pearson, who was staying across the hall from her, before they returned to their rooms at 7 p.m. She was discovered missing at 6 a.m. the next morning when they were to meet in the lobby on Monday to go to their job resetting a Winn-Dixie. Pam did not show up, and they knew something was wrong. When Pearson went to check on Biggers the next morning, she was nowhere to be found. There were no struggles, and a night clerk was stationed less than 100 feet from Biggers' room, but no one saw her leave. It appeared that she had been reading in bed. Her open book and glasses were on the bedside table, and the pillows were propped up against the headboard. She had not changed into her pajamas, and her room key for the hotel and car keys were still in the room. There was no sign of a struggle, police said. The Biggers family believed that she left the hotel and either lost her way or became a victim of foul play. We think she may have initially wandered off on her own, Dan Biggers said, her husband. She had some episodes, complaining of voices in her head and paranoia. She'd been on medication but had decided to stop taking it, he added. Biggers said he was concerned about his wife's health and urged her not to go on the business trip. According to her family, Biggers had wandered off before. Police searched for Biggers for weeks. Her family brought in Texas EquuSearch, a specialized search and rescue operation. The group conducted ground and air searches and used cadaver dogs, but were unable to find any clues. The hotel didn't have any surveillance cameras, and so it is unknown when Biggers left or whether she was alone. She had just learned that her son, Jacob, was to be dispatched for tour in the duty of military to Afghanistan, and may have been stressed about that, her husband says. Her son was stationed in Jacksonville, North Carolina in January 2008. It's possible that Biggers developed amnesia and wandered away from the hotel in a confused condition. She had no prior history of memory loss, and foul play is not being ruled out due to her mental condition. There is grave concern for her safety. Police and Biggers are asking the public for help. Daffin, one of the investigators, says all of the investigators, search and rescue crews, and helicopters searched a large wooded area that's also located behind the hotel. His team canvassed the area, checking for surveillance video of her leaving, but none was available. They also checked local convenience stores, hospitals, and taxi services, and studied Biggers' phone records, yet to this day nothing has been led to her whereabouts. The investigation is ongoing, says Daffin, and he and his team are eager to track down any leads. If we get tips or anything like that, we'll do what we have to find the answers, no matter if it spans on the other side of the country, he says. We'll run it down and make sure that we do everything we can to bring some closure to this family and see if we can locate her. Her case remains unsolved. Pam's husband died in 2014. Now their boys are left with no parents. Pamela Pendley Biggers, also known as Pam, a white female, was born on October the 12th, 1955, in Panama City, Florida. She is 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed approximately 135 pounds. She has gray hair with green eyes and a mole on the back of her neck. She wears eyeglasses for reading, and Biggers was suffering from mental health issues at the time of her disappearance. Her doctor believed she might be suffering from bipolar disorder and/or schizophrenia, but Biggers refused to see a psychiatrist. She requires medication that she doesn't have with her, and without her medication she may become disoriented and suffer from memory loss. If you have any information on this case, please contact the Bay County Sheriff's Office, 850-747-4700, extension 2600, or you can contact the Q Center for Missing Persons at 910-343-1131, or the 24-hour tip line, 910-232-1687, and all information submitted to the Q Center for Missing Persons is confidential. And if you'd like to contact your local Crime Stopper photographers. This also allows you to stay anonymous, and there's a $20,000 reward being offered for the results in this case.